Guys, so right now I am at Wanutama Shopping Center and I am heading towards Taman Desa to meet Bobby and the gang. So the purpose of this video is really as a follow-up.
Debbie Cafe may not be open yet when you arrive.
Yeah, okay. It's a follow-up really on my earlier video that shows me doing my heel and toe down, all my manual transmission footwork going up Genting Highlands. This one
Head southwest.
shows the same, but in the context of urban driving. So yeah, so a lot of people, when I talk to them, they say that, when I tell them I practice, ref matching, heel and toe downshifting, they always think that this is something that you use to go racing lah, motorsports lah and all that. But no, this is actually a simple skill that you can practice every day that makes driving a manual transmission car so much more satisfying, and B, it actually it actually helps you to manage the wear and tear of your transmission and your clutch. So right now I've just exited the parking lot, getting onto the main road. Pretty routine stuff here so far. Upshifting to third gear. And now I'm approaching a left turn, brake, clutch in. Yeah. Okay, my footwear is a little bulky today. Okay, so get gradually take off as per normal. So now we are heading to the LDP. So I've now upshifted to fourth gear, doing 50 kilometers per hour, just below 2000 RPMs, approaching the turn. Downshift to third first, brake, clutch in, move to second. See, very simple. Once you have accustomed yourself to it, it becomes really a second nature process.
In 300 meters, keep right.
And it makes it makes downshifting so much smoother. You don't jerk your car as much. But the important thing really is it helps you preserve the lifespan of your clutch plate. So I just downshifted 2 times, going into this U-turn. Second gear, gently powering out. Third, just going to the left lane because... no, Waze asking me to keep right. Okay, keep right. Holding on to third gear. Now, you see, because the car in front is slow, it's now pointless for me to engage fourth. So I might as well leave it at third, so that the car is able to use engine braking to prevent me from rolling forward and hit the car in front. To check my progress lah, basically, huh? So keep left.
Take the exit on the left. Then keep left at the fork.
Okay, so now I want a bit more acceleration. Downshift to third gear.
Keep left at the fork.
Now, one thing I must point out is that every manual transmission car has different throttle response, different clutch pedal travel engagement. So you really need to master that specific car in order to be able to do all your ref matching and heel and toe effectively. It's just like every time when I move to another manual transmission car, the whole process of acclimatizing myself with the clutch and throttle behavior, yeah, it basically I'm starting from scratch when I move into every new manual car. The only skill, relevant skill that I bring over is how to balance the clutch so that I don't mati the engine only. That's all. Okay, it's up slope. Downshift to fourth. Give the engine some torque. So one thing that I don't like to do when I go up slopes is to lock the engine up on a high gear. You are adding unnecessary strain to your engine. So when you go on an upslope, it is always a good idea to just downshift the gear one ratio and make it a lot easier to pull your car up. And don't think that just because you are pulling a few extra revs, you are using more fuel. In actual fact, because when you lug your engine, let's say like fifth gear, 2000 RPM, you lug it up a slope, your engine may actually be burning more fuel even though it's using less revs because it's struggling to pull the car's weight. Okay, well, come on in. Okay, he's forfeited his chance to come in. I will just move forward. Usually when I drive this car, I tend to on a relaxing cruise, I tend to upshift at about 2005 or 3000 RPMs. So I see slow traffic in front, I just downshift a bit, just so that I use engine braking to keep my progress in check. Okay, I'm just going to pass this guy. X5 coming in real fast at my back, so I'm just going to stay a bit left, give him room to pass me. Downshift, pull to the left, pull to the right. So sometimes I like to downshift 2 ratios when I'm slowing down drastically. Okay, past the smart tech lane. So I'm holding a steady 90 kilometers per hour at about 2,500 RPMs on 5th gear. So in all honesty, there are times that I'm driving this car on a highway, I do wish I have a 6th gear, just so that I can cruise along on lower RPMs. Okay, downshift. 4th. Okay, there's a curve coming up, so I'm going to downshift one more gear. So you see, always when I'm taking a corner, a bend like this, I always maintain gentle pressure on the throttle, because that it gives me the sensation that my car is sitting, leaning on the corner. Okay. Alright, let's let the HRV in if he wants to come in. Downshift to 3rd. Another saga coming. So Okay, I'm just going to overtake this car.
Keep left at the fork. There. Take the exit on the left.
Okay, so we are going to the KL Seremban Highway.
Take the exit on the left.
No car there, so I'm just going to cut into this lane. Brake, brake, brake. Oh. Okay, so we're driving into a bit of a jam. And this is really the kind of driving scenarios that most people envision a nightmare when thinking about manual transmission cars. And I admit, this kind of driving situation is not pleasant. This is really when when I think no manual driver in this kind of situation won't mind their car morphing into an automatic, in this kind of condition. All right, stop, engage gear, jalan. So you see, the thing about driving manual in a jam is that you actually don't really need to use the clutch unless you are really coming to a stop. You see, like right now I'm just rolling along. Okay, clutch in, re-engage the clutch bike, and you see foot off the clutch already. Just gently tap the accelerator to pace my progress so that I don't have to brake as often. But sometimes when the jam is really slow moving, there's nothing you can do. Wow, really stop. Okay, so we are merging into the other lane. And of course, people over there don't refuse to let me through. So just wait for my opening law. And you know what's the funny thing is, all these people who don't let me through, right? They inevitably end up, driving slowly when the road is clear one. So sometimes I also don't understand the mentality of some drivers, right? That you don't let people in, but yet at the same time, you are actually not going anywhere in a hurry. You are also driving damn slow. So I tak faham I really tak faham lah. Okay lah. Okay, road is clear. So okay, so you see right now it's a bit more smooth moving, so I can keep the transmission in second gear and foot off the clutch. I just drive on like normal. Move up to third. Now right now the engine is giving that slight, bit of a dragging sensation, but I'm not shifting up to fourth yet, because if I shift up to fourth, what's going to happen is I gain another an extra turn of speed, and I've come too close to the bazaar in front. So in situations like this, I hold one gear down, all right, just so that I have the engine braking to keep my progress in check, in pace with the slower car in front. So I'm going to be exiting in 600 meters.
In 400 meters, take the exit on the left.
Okay, I just passed the Highlands.
Take the exit on the left.
Okay, so there's a sharp bend ahead. I'm on fourth, go to third, and just gun the accelerator. Never get tired of doing that. Absolutely never get tired of doing that. So the bend there.
In 300 meters, turn left.
300 meters, turn left. I'm on fourth, just rolling down. Go to third. And just as I'm about to hit the turn, go to second. Oops. Upshifted too early there. So now just roll along in second gear. Another speed bump coming up. Downshift to second again. So you see, right, actually in most situations, unless you are like absolute standstill, there is actually no need to go to first gear. All right, if your car is already rolling, already has some momentum, second gear is usually good enough to get you going.
In 300 meters, turn right.
Turn right. Oh my God. This area needs a new patch of road. Okay. Got another bump there.
Turn right. There. Turn left.
Okay.
Turn left.
So sometimes if I do have to enter first, I've developed the habit of actually double clutching when I have to shift from second to first. Somehow the linkage, the shift linkage of this transmission is very stiff, right, between first and second gears. So initially when I first got this car all those years ago, that really took some getting used to, but now yeah, it has become second nature to me. So let's look for parking. Ah, hooray! Okay lah, park here lah.
Your destination is on the right.
Okay guys, here I am at my destination. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you for the next one. Cheers.